16 years ago, Volkswagen released one of its most special machines, the Mark IV Golf R32. It had a 3.2-liter naturally aspirated 6-cylinder VR6 petrol unit, all-wheel drive, and a quite unique and fantastic soundtrack. It was the first ever production car to be fitted with a Dsg transmission. In 2005, the German upped the game and gave the Mark V R32 more power, more stylish appearance, and a better interior. Unfortunately, the next two generations were a bit of a letdown. They both featured 2-liter 4-cylinder turbocharged petrol engines that produced lots of power and torque, but they've lost the thing that made the original R32 special. But can the new Mark 7.5 version do something about that? Hello everyone, welcome back to Cartoon and welcome to the fastest Golf you can buy right now, the Golf R. And boy oh boy do I want one of these, really bad. So what's this Golf R all about, you might be wondering? Isn't it just a faster version of the GTI you've reviewed a few months ago? Well, no, and I'll go into more details on this topic in another video, but the car I'm driving today has a 2-liter turbocharged petrol unit that can produce 310 horsepower and 400 Nm of torque. It also features a Haldex all-wheel drive system, bigger and better brakes, and get this, you can order the new Golf R with an Akrapovic exhaust from factory. And now that we've got that out of the way, let's take this new Golf R to some Swedish B-roads. Just listen to that exhaust. And yes, it is a factory option. Akrapovic worked their magic on this new Golf R, and well, I think this is the first Golf that can scare pedestrians with its stock exhaust. Yep. The brakes on this car are so good. They're part of the performance pack this car has. They're bigger than the standard ones and they're 2 kilograms lighter. They have a lovely pedal feel, they give you real confidence when trying to slow the car down, and well, they just scrub off speed so fast from the car. And I must say that these two options, the performance pack and the Akrapovic exhaust, although they are kind of pricey put together, they really do enhance the driving experience of this new Golf R. I really do think they're worth the asking price. I really do. God, do I love the dual character of this car. It's so easy to drive around town. It's comfortable, it's refined, it's quiet, and you don't really draw any attention to yourself thanks to its understated looks. And come to think of it, this Golf R fits really well into the description of a sleeper car. But put it in race mode and the steering sharpens up, the gearbox goes into its sportiest setting and the throttle response sharpens up as well. It feels just like a car that has 4-wheel steering, if you know what I mean. It's really so sharp and so precise, and when you chuck it into a corner, you almost feel like the entire car is dragged to the inside of that corner. It handles so well and it's so predictable. It's just a lovely machine to drive fast. And speaking of fast, the guilty party here is the engine, which is exceptional. It's quiet and refined when you're just cruising around, but it's powerful and punchy when you put your foot down. It pulls really well from anything above 2000 RPM, power delivery is smooth, and it really never runs out of puff. The acceleration from 0 to 100 km per hour is dealt with in 4.6 seconds. It's faster than most of its rivals, and the only letdown of the driving experience, for me at least, is the fake noise on the inside. Have a listen. the steering is perfectly weighted, and the suspension keeps the body roll to a minimum, even though it feels like it's gliding over bumps like they're nothing. Even in their most sportiest of settings, the dampers don't really upset the handling of the car at all by being too firm. I don't know how else to put it, but it feels like this car has really sophisticated dampers. They don't really sacrifice ride quality for sportiness, but somehow the car is sharper and more agile round corners than in comfort mode, for example. The Haldex all-wheel drive system is not permanent, meaning that in everyday use the Golf R is essentially front-wheel drive, but if the situation demands it, the all-wheel drive system can set up to 50% of the power to the back wheels. And because of that, previous Golf Rs understeered quite a lot when you push them hard through corners. And well, I'm happy to report that in this new one, they've reduced the understeer dramatically. It's not completely gone, but it won't interfere with the driving experience as much as before. Volkswagen threw all of its resources into developing this 7.5 generation of the Golf R, and even the excellent Dsg Transmission is all new. You now get a 7-speed wet clutch unit instead of the old 6-speed, and well, it's just flawless in the way it changes gear. It's very smooth around town in comfort or normal mode. You can barely tell when it's changing gears, even downshifts or upshifts, but it becomes very aggressive when you put the car in race mode. It's as good as it gets when it comes to automatics. Now obviously this car isn't perfect, no car is for that matter, and there are a few things that I don't really like about it. So make sure to subscribe because I have an entire video on that topic coming up very soon. But all in all, I really like this car. I think this is the most exciting Golf I've ever driven, and besides being quick, practical and comfortable, this new one also has tons of character and personality, and in my opinion that's the key ingredient that was missing in the last two versions of this car. And you know what the best thing about the Golf R is? You can buy it as an estate version. How cool is that? But anyway, my friends, this has been my review for the new Golf R. I really hope you've enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to Cartoon for lots more content to come. We've made a Golf R versus BMW M2 comparison just for fun. So stay tuned if you don't want to miss that. And until next time, take good care of yourselves, and I'll see you around.